Good morning, everyone. I hope you are doing well. Welcome to Metaphysics and Beyond. I am Sandy. For those of you who are new here, welcome. If you are returning, thank you for being here. I appreciate you so much. We're going to get started with a Starseed reading message this morning. We're going to start with the Starseed Oracle by Rebecca Campbell, artwork by Danielle Noel. And our first card up is Earth School, Life Lessons, Soul Growth, Study, Higher Learning. You could be going through some lessons right now. Always ask, what is this teaching me? It's happening for us, not to us. All right, let's see what the book has to say. Planet Earth is a great initiation for the soul, and life lessons are the curriculum for which we enroll. These aren't one-time lessons, but themes we choose to circle around, deepening our experience of them as we make our way through the spiral of life. Life lessons aren't only about getting it right, they're also about getting it wrong. Remembering that Earth is a planet of polarity helps with this understanding. Each year the study deepens more and more. If you pull this card, you're going through a difficult time. You're being prompted to remember that your soul came here to grow and learn. Try not to look at difficult times as getting it wrong. Instead, see them as opportunities for soul growth. If you can find a way to grow and soften your heart through the highs and lows, your soul is most definitely growing, which is the whole point. Pulling this card can also mean that you're being called to embark on a new era of study or growth. This could be through structured learning, such as university, school, or a training course. If you're having difficulties in a relationship, you're being reminded that these are opportunities for soul growth. After all, relationships are known as the #1 way that we grow as souls while here on Earth. Starseed Soul Inquiry. How are you being called to grow and learn? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, next up we have the Healing Waters Oracle by Rebecca Campbell, artwork by Katie Louise. And we have Gentle Force, Consistency, Persistence, Patience, the long game. Yes, so what you're learning, your lesson, this is a lifelong lesson, something that is a theme that keeps coming up and circling up, and how are you going to be handling it? Okay, over time, a single drop of water has the power to shape even the hardest, most solid materials, from stone and rock to cliffs and mountains. In fact, water is responsible for crafting most of the stunning landscapes of this world. We can learn a lot from water in this regard. How consistent action, day after day, month after month, year after year, decade after decade, can create steady, lasting change. A hagstone is a stone with a naturally occurring hole through it, caused by water erosion. For the Celtic people, they were good omens and were thought to offer protection. So many people give up before they begin to see results. But deep-rooted change takes time. The most magnificent creations require committed crafting. We all have passions, but what most people don't do is commit to these things and master them. We're all beginners of something. The great masters, musicians, and artists of history were too. Commit to your passions. Throw yourself into what you most long to create. Commit to show up day after day. Small steps taken consistently make a world of difference. If you commit to your creations with grounded daily action in a week or a decade from now, you'll be blown away by what you've created. There's no rush. Consistency is key. Be like the drop of water on the hagstone. Play the long game. Don't burn out before you really begin. Be patient and keep showing up. Soul inquiry. How can you show up with more consistency to what you're longing to create? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, and our last deck before we do some bibliomancy, we have the Rose Pocket Oracle by Rebecca Campbell, artwork by Katie Louise. And we have Lineage of the Rose, moved by Goddess Soul Cole Gather. So maybe there's a goddess that you'd like to call in to help you during your times of study. These times, these changing, divisive times, your soul chose to be here right now for this. You are part of a collective team led by the goddess, by the mother of us all, to reweave the thread of the rose back into the tapestry of humanity, to make space where all people feel cherished and safe, to heal and be healed from the destructive patterns of patriarchy, to be part of the returning of the goddess to the earth. If you've been doubting your path, you're being called to look within and trust the whispers and weavings from the caverns deep. The way of the mystic rose is walked by few and known by heart, not mind. Try not to overthink, rather just trust the threads that are woven deep. This card contains within it a confirmation of the inner call and reassurance that you're not alone in it. The mother of us all thanks you for being part of these changing times for humanity. She acknowledges your devotion to doing your best to support yourself and others in this journey back home, to themselves, to each other, and to the earth. She wants you to know that she is available to guide you every step of the way. Speak, sing, and dance with her. You are led. You are led. You are led. Soul inquiry. How are you being called to commit more deeply to humanity and the earth? Ooh, yeah, let me know in the comments below too. All your soul inquiries. Okay, now we're going to do some bibliomancy with Letters to a Starseed by Rebecca Campbell. Okay, Spirit, what message do we need to know? Okay, why did you choose to come? This one's going to be a little longer. While I know that being a soul, having a human experience can be difficult at times, living on a planet of great polarity and surrounded by so much devastation as we are right now, I also believe that life is a great adventure for the soul. The souls line up to incarnate into a physical body in order to experience themselves in the physical and truly incarnate here. That prior to incarnating, your soul had a dream, and your life, this life, is a direct manifestation of that dream. She also has a book that just came out with that title, Your Soul Had a Dream and Your Life Is It. So you might want to check out that book too. I personally believe that I came to Earth for both a personal and a collective soul mission, as I mentioned in the chapter Soul Mission on page 54. Until I was able to find the words and concepts to wrap around that knowing, it always felt like there was something I was forgetting that I desperately needed to find. Part of my own path has been having glimpses of the journey of the soul, forever fascinated by what happens when we die. In my first book, I spoke about my first life-changing experiences, which happened during a past life regression when I was in my early 20s. In the regression, I was taken to the moment before my own birth, when my soul was deciding the details of my own incarnation. I remember looking into the body of water-like substance before me, alongside beings that were there to support me in making a decision about where and when to incarnate, based on my soul's personal and collective mission. After making my selection, I was taken to a massive, open, very bright space, excuse me, where many other souls were gathering too, in order to meet in a group of beings called the Council of Light. While I couldn't see other people, I could see and feel their energy, their souls as balls of buzzing, glowing light. It was hard to differentiate between the end of one soul and the beginning of another. It was like the best reunion you could possibly imagine. Some of these different souls' energies were familiar to me, as if I'd incarnated with them before. As a group, we were then given our brief for this lifetime on Earth by the Council of Light. We were informed that in this incarnation, we'd be part of a mass waking up in the Western world and a much-needed return to Goddess Mother God consciousness and the rebalancing of the planet. We were told that our missions would be deeply infused in us and that while walking our unique paths, we'd be sent people and situations that would wake us up from our slumber early in life. As one of us woke up and followed the call to their soul, it would spark a deep-seated memory in another, regardless of how physically close we were to another. Once we were awake, it would change something in us. We were to follow what lights us up, and in doing so, light up the world around us. One by one, as each person did this, it would cause a chain reaction of others doing the same, and a potential mass awakening. We all then received information on our choice of life and our own personal missions. I couldn't tell you if there were 100 or 100,000 souls there with me because, as I mentioned earlier, it was hard to differentiate one soul from another, as if we were connected in our collective mission at this time. I saw how many of the souls were grouped together in waves, incarnating in unison over different periods of time. Since writing about this soul experience and memory, I've received hundreds and hundreds of letters and emails from people saying that they were there too. Some remembered this experience through reading my recollection, while others had already remembered it through their own exploration. Maybe you were there too, or perhaps you're here with a different collective mission. Regardless, I do believe that there's a reason you chose to come here, to be here now. Ooh, I have goosebumps. Soul inquiry. Why did your soul choose to come at this time? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to know. All right, everyone, I hope this helped, brought some some clarity, some good advice for you, and if nothing else, at least some entertainment. All right, stay safe and stay well, and until next time, bye-bye for now.